Nation, Sanbunan Bafetu with QB. Now, on today's video, we will be talking about whether Kaizer Chiefs still needs or they do need reinforcement and to add more quality players in terms of the squad. Well, I've been seeing why you guys have been complaining. As I said earlier on, I couldn't watch the game properly, but then I did have a chance to finally watch the game. Network. So, with what I've observed, I'm not an analyst, guys. I'm not an analyst. I'm not a great one at that. But from my understanding and looking at the game, definitely, I do agree with most people who are saying, okay, B, we need to reinforce the squad. Well, make no mistake there. I do understand. Yes. But but right now, again, looking at the situation at Nigeria, I'm not gonna put too much emotions over a training game because this is a training game. Remember when we went to the Netherlands? I don't think we won any games, Lapan. We played draws, we lost, and maybe with one win or two, not sure. Marajama results they were not so good. But other than that, looking at yesterday's game, because a lot of people are using yesterday's game as the training game, which okay, no, definitely this and this and this and that. So looking at what people are looking at, you understand. Now we saw Fundo Vilagazi. He came in as a player. I feel like he was playing as a winger, a left winger. We had to look Batman playing on the right wing side. I think was playing as an attacking midfielder, and I'm getting people giving out negative talks about Ngobo, but for me, Mshini Ngobo did incredible. He played very well. Now, the team overall did have a problem. First of all, what I've identified from the start of the game until his we were not aggressive enough when it comes to ball pressing. And then number two, looking at how we managed to play in terms of ball position, we couldn't keep the ball for more than 5 seconds. The only time that we managed to do that was when we managed to score, and we saw the individual brilliance from Lebogang Bowe coming in, winning the ball, and then being able to go pass it to Velebai, who was there at that moment, and managed to finish this. For me, that was good. That was brilliant. It takes football brains to be able to see something before it happens. And so no doubt about it, Mambo Bafetu is one of the best players that we do have. But I know people somehow they are complaining in terms of the squad. And then Mfundo, as the winger as he is, the problem that I do have with Mfundo is the fact that okay, despite that he did, manage to keep the ball a bit more, but then when it comes to marking, which is something that people are still complaining about, we are to be able to go head to head with those big players. So there was no tackle I really in managing to be able to get the ball back from the opposition. I've been looking, analyzing, trying to figure it out. No, get shorter in terms of that department. And then looking at the keeping department, Lapemova, which is Brendan Peterson. I do feel like with him, he managed to do some incredible saves. And also there were moments where he could have done a lot more better, but then maybe now a team did let him down, for us to lose that game, that friendly game, which people are so frustrated over the training game. So I do understand from that side. Then also another thing, speaking of in terms of playing players, Bonnier Frosler. I think Frosler started off as a left back initially, and Simas be a second half. I think they changed him. Mangazuban left back. I believe there was someone else playing the left back position. Then Frosler was playing the Papanangu Park, if I'm mistaken. So yeah, or maybe I'm making a mistake. Let me quickly check the lineup quickly. Oh, okay. So this is how the lineup was. Monyane, Simango, Miguel, and Frosler. Yes, Rosler was playing there. And then in the middle, we had Umabowe, Nondlovu, Nongobo. You understand? And then second half, that's where things, I believe, started to change. Now, I'm not sure. And then we saw Dylan Solomons also being introduced, but then how he was playing, because look, Batman had Jari during the practice game. So Dylan Solomons being introduced. Now, with how he was playing, I do understand the frustrations from the fans. It's okay. We have Solomons and Njinete playing as a winger, but from what I've observed, I'm not talking about what I saw, what I've observed, Solomons is not familiar with that position. Much as he plays a left back, is not familiar with that position wing. Yes, he can play as a wing back, but being given that specific role to say, okay, this is you, this is where you need to play. First of all, when he managed to get the ball, he did not know what to do with the ball. Should he, try to attack, make some dribbles, pass through players or what, or make a pass or any, was not too sure. And most of the time, Genetegisi, he's a player that usually, whenever he gets the ball coming from the back, there's a reason he's called Genetegisi. It's because of that. He just nalo phambili makafika phambili uyazi umsebenzi wakudlula, it's either cutter in or he plays across. So that's what he usually does. But on yesterday's game, he had no idea what to do with the ball. Understand? So it became difficult, and most of the time became mover, and it was creating confusion between him and Umonyane, because now Umonyane was out. What should I do? Understand? So that was something that I managed to see. Hence, people are crying and saying you can't let go of Umakabi Lelepo, have a player that is to be able to replace him. So which I do agree with you in terms of that. Now also, despite having Luke Batman, it's not promising. Batman is not a player that can play as a right winger, honestly speaking, because he's a center forward. He can play as a winger, yes, but he's most center forward. I know people are complaining when he's playing center forward, and right now Chido, it's a practice game, so they played him on the wing side, trying to see what we can get from him. Remember, we do have Udelepo who is leaving, so without him, we need to bring in another player. Yes, guys, we will not have Ulilepo going into the new season, and we were complaining about him, but then we will feel the absence of him not being there, because as a player that played that position, he brought a lot of things. There's other players as well, like Gaston Sereno. He brought something to the club. He brought that belief whenever we played a corner. But then right now, it doesn't look like the club as a whole, they know how they are playing as a team. And it's like everyone is just trying to survive. And despite that, oh, sorry guys, I'm dying. Despite that, we played against one of the greatest opponents. As I've said, we could not keep the ball position. It was difficult for us. Other than that, yeah, and I feel like in terms of quality signings or players or additions, it is a need. It is a need. We still do need to sign players, but then now, you start to question if the club is going to sign players or they're just waiting for miracles to happen. Because right now, we can see, all of us, we can see, okay, this is what we are lacking on. These are the positives from the club. Because for me, I'm happy with Duvelbai. I wish he can have this season, score more goals, give us more assists, be able to do what needs to be done from a winger, because we know how incredible he can be, how effective he can be. So hopefully this season going forward, he can be able to give us that. And then with Mfundo, I would have loved for him to shine this season, but right now, after watching that game, Yaizolo, you might feel like I'm judging, but honestly speaking, Umfana still needs to try very, very hard in terms of pressing yake. It's lacking, way too lacking. He's good when he has the ball on his feet, but then What about when the ball is not on his feet? How can he be able to retrieve that ball so that Sazotti can be stand? So that is something that to work on, which is going to be difficult since he's smaller. He's kind of like Umesi, so but then with less aggressiveness, he still needs to be a lot more aggressive. Can qualify as the player that okay, no, at this time it's your season. But other than that, I don't know. That's just me thinking about everything else. But other than that, as I've said, yes, we still do need to get marquee signings. We do need those two wingers. The Qaulity, we need two center forwards. Well, for me now, I think Mayo Magabu, things would be better. Wanda Duba is also available. Not too worried about the center forward position. The positions that I think we do need to fill is the right winger and left winger. But then, hey, we still have Pulemodi, who I believe yesterday did not play. So that's why he had practice game. So still gonna have the final lineup as you. This is the lineup that coach is using. This is the system, because yesterday I could not see if they are an attacking team or a defending team because things were a bit, isolated from one another. We will see. We will see with this game. So idlala manje, laphana e-Edwana 26. We'll see with that game with the start of the season. That's where we're going to be able to see everything else. But yes, we do need to make enforcement. We need to sign ready players. I do agree with Coach Khalil Ben Youssef when it comes to that one. But let me know what you think down in the section below too. This is it. Thank you.